Alright, here are the best decks to push this ranked season with. So, the first deck I recommend, it's been quite strong in the meta recently, a new one, is going to be Darkrai Igglybuff with Mega Altaria, of course. This deck's very simple. You play Igglybuff and Darkrai just onto the bench. You try to put your opponent's Pokemon to sleep with Igglybuff or Swablu, and Darkrai chips when they're asleep. If you win sleep coin flips, it just does even more damage, and then you lose a couple points, and then you come in and close the game with Mega Altaria. It's very simple. You've got a Leaf to support retreating Darkrai if you get a bad start. You've got Mars because you're going to be conceding a lot of points, and then you've got some typical draws, some Cyrus, Rocky Helm. I would put. It depends on the situation. You can put it really on a lot. Probably Mega Altaria though. So this deck is pretty strong. I'm not going to be playing this deck because I definitely do not find it that fun. But this is definitely one of the stronger decks recently. It's pretty easy to put together. The hardest thing you need is you need a couple of 3 diamonds. They're pretty hard to find, but trading for them is pretty easy. So that's why I would recommend. Now not the best deck, but the deck I'm going to be playing this season is actually going to be Guzzlord 18T. Now this deck has seen a lot. It's not as relevant, but I think it's a very fun deck. That's the one I want to push with. This is my own personal variation. You've got a lot of heal. I've seen variations that aren't about healing as much, but this one is about just keeping your Guzzlords alive as long as possible. Lucky Ice Pop, Heavy Helmet, PCL, Luzamine to buff the second one when your first one goes down. And then, it doesn't really need card draws. When I've played it, I've had plenty of cards. No need for copycats. Definitely the red card in there instead. Maybe I would like to make room for a Mars as well, but I'm still working things out. So I'm going to be pushing with this one. It's very simple. You put energy on Guzzlord, you attack. You just try to make them lose energy. It's not as good into the current meta because the current meta is very low energy cost things, and then you run into a Hydreigon that it can always get enough energy for itself, so you can't prevent it from energy. But it's still a fun deck. I would definitely recommend it. And then what I would say is the best deck this season is going to be Mega Altaria Greninja. It's still strong. I'm seeing some people not saying it's the strongest, but I still absolutely think it is. A Changeling start into just you absolutely destroy with Mega Altaria, and then you just chip with Greninja. It's so easy to play. It's so simple. You just have Cyrus. You have Copycat. There's no tools to buff it. You just play your strong Pokemon. It is easily the best deck in the meta right now, at least in my opinion. Only thing you could change, Cyrus is very strong. Could use another one, but if you're facing other Mega Altarias and then like Igglybuff, you're not going to need to use Cyrus. You're not going to need to use Cyrus against a lot of the meta, so probably the 2 copycats. Definitely some room for a bit of changes. I've seen some people run extra Mon in here for some utility. I've seen people run a Rocky Helm in here, but it's easily super strong. You run this deck, you are going to have a very easy time playing ranked. It is a very simple deck to play. If you start with Froakie, you retreat it. If you start with Changeling, you're golden. And if you start with Swablu, you just ramp Swablu. It's a very easy deck to play. 100% this is what I would recommend pushing ranked with if you just want to push ranked. If you want to have fun, I'm using Guzzlord, or I might use some Mega Venusaur, because just we're having fun. But absolutely, I'd advocate this is my #1 ranked pick for the season. Remember, the ranked season is a lot shorter than normal because Dina doesn't know how to run their game very good. So push now. Definitely start pushing. I'm going to be streaming tonight, and then I'm going to be streaming many days in the next 2 weeks pushing ranked. I'm going to try to hit Master Ball and then push as high as I can in Master Ball. So that's what I recommend. Yeah. Let me know how much success you find with these decks. And if you're curious about any other decks, feel free to ask. So that's all. Good luck in your ranked matches.